Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I promised you a video on how I make crockpot chicken chow mein. Usually I do it on top of the stove, but seeing I've been so sick, I'm starting to have kitchen gadget withdrawals, so I decided to make it in my crockpot. I have out a about a 5 quart crockpot that I'm going to be using. It's very simple. You decide what kind of meat you're going to put in it. I'm putting chicken. You could use no meat. That's fine. So let's get going. Sorry. I'm still a little short of breath. Still recuperating. So bear with me. My cough is not that I'm still sick. It's more like, I guess, my body's just so used to coughing that I cough. So it's getting better. The ingredients that I use, and you can do this any way you want, but chow mein is mainly celery, onions, and bean sprouts, okay? Remember those dry mixes I made a couple of months ago? Well, this is my Asian mix. So when I cut up my chicken tenders, I'm going to be coating them in some of the Asian mix and just let it sit a while before I add it to the crock pot. One thing you want to do about chow mein is don't cut everything really tiny. Let it just be normal, like just let it be. So I'm going to sit here and cut up some celery. I'm going to show you how I do it. You're going to figure this is going to be in a crock pot. You don't want it like mush. If you cut it too small, it's going to come out. You know, I mean, I like my vegetables cooked, but I don't want them like mush. So I do have celery in the freezer that I could have used, but it's cut too small, way too small for this. So when I'm done with this, I'm going to show you what else I do. I might end up using some more celery. This is about a bunch of celery right now. I have about 4 or 5 more stalks that I could use. But chow mein is so easy to make, and I mean, you don't have to put the bean sprouts in it, but boy, does it make a difference. If you have a mushrooms, either fresh or canned, you can throw that in it. Anything, you know. I'm not sure I'm going to make fried rice with it. I think I'm going to do just boiled rice, and the reason is I want to add just a little bit of soy sauce, and then fried rice is going to take more soy sauce, and I just don't want all the sodium. So I'd rather just put a little bit in the crock pot and have plain boiled rice. I do have egg rolls from Aldi's that I can heat up. So this is going to be a nice Chinese dinner without us going out. And especially after the last fiasco I had, I'm afraid to leave the house. I don't want to get sick anymore. But as you can see, these are about the sizes of the celery that I'm cutting. Okay? I'm probably going to need another onion, I think, because it is going to shrink. So okay, so the veggies are cut. I'm going to take a few drops of sesame oil. Put this in the bottom of my crock pot. Just a few drops. And some soy sauce. So I'm going to take about maybe a tablespoon. Not even. Okay. Just for flavor. Okay. Now, I did buy the noodles to go on top. Gotta have the noodles. Those are a godsend. Excuse me, I'm gonna wash my hands. So, yes, I'm getting better. I find that unless I leave a window open, I have coughing spasms. So, I have to leave a window open, but ever since I was a kid, whenever I got sick like this, the cough would usually last weeks. So I'm not worried about it because for me it's normal. So let me just get my crock pot over here. And I'm going to be dumping in my veggies. Now the way I have the camera angled and everything, you guys can't see this yet. But It's just the way I have it set up. So I'll show it to you later in the crock pot. I'll show you how it looks. So right now, I'm going to get a fork. I don't even know if I'm going to do all this chicken because this is a lot of, this is about 8 to 10. This is a lot. But I am going to cut them. Again, they're going to shrink, so, you know, don't worry about how much you're cutting them. If they're a little bit big, as long as they're cooked. If the vegetables are cooked the way you like them, then they're done. You know, just make sure your meat is done. And then I'm going to coat these with that Asian rub or dry mix that I made. And that is basically ginger and garlic powder. So that's basically all it is. I'll tell you, I have been using these rubs and mixes since I made that video. That had to be one of my most popular videos on how-to, like DIY. So you might want to check that out. It's DIY dry mix. It's in my playlist. You can check that out. This is just going to be so good. And you know, I mean, you go off it. You figure, when you think about it, this is basically some chicken, celery and onions, and you get an order of chow mein and it's like $8 or $9. I'm like, I don't think so. I mean, yeah, I put a little bit of investment in when I bought the soy sauce and these other things, but I've had them in my kitchen, in my pantry for months. So, actually, I wanted to do this New Year's Eve, but it didn't work out, so tonight's a good snowy, cold night to have some nice hot chow mein. Have some boiled rice with that. Yeah, you know what? I think I will do it all. I think I will. I always like to brine chicken first, just a little bit. I'm going to put this back in the bowl. Then I'm going to coat it with that Asian dry mix. And then I'm going to toss it all into the crock pot. Now, the bean sprouts aren't going to go in for like the last 5 or 10 minutes because they will turn into mush. And I'm not going to be using that whole can. I don't think so. I think that's a lot. But I find that when I buy them fresh, I don't use them. So I get the ones in the can, and I always have them. A lot of times you just can't find fresh bean sprouts. So, but this Chinese food is so easy to make. And you know what, guys? There are recipes all over the internet for just about everything. If you're having a craving, first of all, check out my channel. And then, if not, search YouTube. You can do so much with what you have in the pantry. And it's just a matter of getting the right blend to get that, I want to say that copycat taste. But this, I'm telling you, this is going to be so good. I even have the duck sauce for the egg roll. So. So thank you for sitting here while I cut up my chicken. This is easy. It's just a matter of cutting, you know. I have a lot of other things going on today, so I was like, you know, sometimes at the end of the day I start coughing and I'm like, I might not want to stand at the stove doing this at 5 o'clock, so I'm going to do it now. Put it in the crock pot, set it and forget it. You know how that goes, right? Okay, so you just basically cut these bite-sized pieces. Whatever a bite is to you. There's no right and there's no wrong. I mean, what are you going to do if you got a real big mouth? You're like, really? Cut it the way you want it. Just try to make it uniform so that they all cook at the same time. Okay, so this is going to make a lot of chow mein. However, everybody loves leftover Chinese food, right? So that's my chicken. And I'm going to take my Asian mix and I'm going to sprinkle some on top. And I'm just going to stir it up. Now, to get this a little thicker towards the end, I'm just going to add a tiny bit of flour or cornstarch to the crock pot, maybe like a teaspoon, not even. I think this could use a little bit more, especially with whatever I had. I mean, I can smell, but everything tastes, ugh. Okay, so I'm going to put this into my crock pot. So you know that I have my veggies in here. And I have the chicken. And I am going to add more veg. So, because I think I have more chicken than veg. So when I incorporate this a little bit more, I'm going to turn the camera over and show you guys what it looks like. It's going to be really, really good. And I might actually get to take a nap. So here we go. Okay. Can you guys see that? That's what it looks like. So I'm going to put this on high for about an hour just to get it going. And then I'm going to put it on low. And when everything's done, dinner's ready. I'll be back with a follow-up video. Thank you for watching. Thumbs up, subscribe. I'll catch you next time.